Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation.
Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com.
Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
3-13. Again, another reverse. Breaking tackles, dives to the end zone. Touchdown, Rangers.
16 seconds. Really close at the corner. Rotates to Wilson. She fires the three. Oh my God, it went in! Cavaliers pull ahead by one.
Log on to Vype, VYPE.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome out to Dripping Springs, Texas, as we are excited to bring you today's area playoff matchup between your Westwood Warriors and the Smithson Valley Rangers. AJ Arevalo here, and it is game number 2, folks. The Smithson Valley Rangers took game 1 after bringing 5 runs in the first inning and 2 runs into the second inning. They were shut out the rest of the game, and unfortunately your Westwood Warriors were held to nothing as well for the whole game as of yesterday. So yeah, game 2 underway. It's a must-win situation for the Westwood Warriors. A loss here would end their playoff run. A win here would extend us to one more matchup, which would end up coming in tomorrow. Some playoff scores from around the area. The winner of our series will go on to face the winner of the San Antonio-Reagan Cedar Ridge series, which Reagan won game 1 by a score of 11-1 against Cedar Ridge. Others in our Region 4 areas, Harlingen High and Eagle Pass, they're going to play game 1 here this evening at 7 o'clock. La Jolla and San Antonio Stevens doing the same. Game 1 will be this evening. Games that did go on last night, though, Lake Travis and San Antonio Churchill. Lake Travis squeezed by that one as they won by a score of 4-1. And then Round Rock and San Antonio Johnson. And that was, I'm going to say that was probably a boring game. It was exciting, but probably boring at the same time, as Round Rock won game 1 over San Antonio Johnson by a score of 17-1. Laredo United South and Edinburgh Vela. Vela won that one 4-3 in game 1. And then San Antonio Brennan and Los Fresnos, with Fresnos taking game 1 by a score of 5-3. As you see our officiating crew up on home plate, your Westwood Warriors are going to be the away team here in game number 2. So they're going to be set up on the right side of your viewing screen as you see Coach Kale for the Smithson Valley Rangers. And here comes Coach Carter as they meet up and have their little chit-chat powwow, if you will, over on home plate. Before we begin, I want to give a big shout out to our Vype Live Spring Sports sponsor, Academy Sports and Outdoors. For all the ways you love to play, Academy Sports and Outdoors makes it easier than ever to gear up and have fun out there. As soon as they are done, we'll most likely get everything rolling and get our lineups moving. So we're going to hang out here. No breaks for us today. As far as lineups go, which I'll send you away so you could listen to that once that begins. Starting pitcher for your Westwood Warriors, Tate Joint, is going to get the call. He'll be set to be on the mound here to start out. Catching is going to be Jack Brinson. Over at first base, Ridge Morgan. Second base, Drew Hollied. Third base, Josh Estacio. Shortstop, Matt Gula. Left field, Evan Dunn. Center field, Jeff Hebert. And right field, Gus Winland. For the Smithson Valley Rangers, setting to, let's see, center field, Tim Arguello is going to get the call. He'll be on the mound to start for the Rangers. Up at home plate, it's going to be Ethan Gonzalez. First base, David De Hoyos. Second base, Cameron Hodges. Third base, John Garza. Shortstop, Ryan Ruff. Left field is going to be Drew Fagala. Center field, Keeson Wells. And right field, Christian Keller. And those are going to be your defensive lineups for both teams. Again, folks, playoffs, so normally we run with 2 umpires. We're going to have all 4, 1 at each base, and of course the home plate umpire as handshakes all around. Now we are set to get this one underway here shortly. Now remember, as far as pitching goes, for those at home who are unaware, it's tournament rules for playoff series. So Ridge Morgan, who only came in for 2 innings yesterday, the first 2, and was sat down after that, he still has some pitches left. So if needed, he can still come out and pitch a few more for the Warriors. As it looks like we're almost set to get underway.
High School today.
So we're going to send it out to the
Region
PA.
4 6A area baseball contest between the Westwood Warriors and Smithson Valley Rangers. First of all, this facility is following COVID-19 risk mitigation guidelines as recommended by the UIL and state authorities. We ask that as a spectator you help slow the spread of COVID-19 by wearing a face covering at all times, consuming food or drink, maintaining at least 6 feet of distancing at all times from other groups and individuals outside of your household, and washing or sanitizing your hands often and avoiding touching eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands. We also ask that you consider the time and effort of each of these teams, coaches, and athletes have put forth. Regardless of the outcome of this afternoon's game, all the players have proven their willingness to work and sacrifice in order to achieve athletic excellence. Hear these young athletes, applaud them, but do not through any of your actions cause them to doubt the value of athletics. By our conduct, allow these young people to feel pride in their communities and schools. While your sportsmanlike actions may play only a small part in the outcome of this game, they will play a greater role in continuing to encourage competitive athletics. We also ask that you show your appreciation for the students who will be taking part indirectly in tonight's game. These young people play an integral part of their team's success. The officials for this game have been mutually agreed upon by school officials for both schools. Their role is not unlike those of players, coaches, teachers, and school administrators. Without them, this game would not be possible. Their knowledge and application of the rules are a result of annual testing, years of study, and continual participation in clinics that further refine their understanding of the game. We ask you as students, parents, and citizens to demonstrate the kind of respect for these officials you would extend to any dedicated person in a position of responsibility. This means that you as a fan should not criticize the players on either team, should not boo the officials, should not have alcoholic beverages on public grounds considered a violation of state law, should be courteous to the opposing fans, should cheer for your team, and should show respect for injured players on both teams. And now for the starting lineup for the Westwood Warriors. Number 6 in center field, Jeff Abert. Batting second, number 28 in catching, Jack Brinson. Batting third, number 12 and playing third base, Josh Estacio. Number 7 in pitching, Kate Joint. Batting fifth, number 21 and playing shortstop, Matt Gula. Playing first base, number 13, Ridge Morgan. Batting seventh, number 2 and playing second base, Drew Malley. Batting eighth, the designator and right fielder, number 5, Gus Winland. And batting ninth, number 4, playing left field, Evan Dunn. And the rest of the Warriors. Now for the home team, Smithson Valley Rangers. Leading off, playing center field, number 4, Kason Wells. Batting second, pitching, number 19, Tim Aguero. Batting third and playing first base, number 22, David DeOyle. Batting fourth, number 9, the designated hitter, Garrett Brooks. Brooks is hitting for number 5, the left fielder, Drew Pagala. Batting fifth, number 28, catching, Ethan Gonzalez. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 21, Christian Keller. Batting seventh, number 8, playing third base, John Garza. Batting 8, number 2, shortstop, Ryan Ross. And rounding out the lineup, number 12, second base, Cameron Hodges. And the rest of the Rangers. Now, if you'll please stand, remove your hat as we play the national anthem.
All right, folks, nice rendition there of the national anthem. No play ball, though, yet. We're going to get one of those one day. So as repeated, set on the mound here for the Rangers is going to be number 19, Tim Arguello. We saw Tim Arguello yesterday afternoon as he was actually over in right field for the Rangers. This time, though, he'll be up on the mound. Now, as the Warriors are the away team, they are going to bat first, and they are set here to lead off. So, leadoff batter for the Warriors is going to be center fielder number 6, Jeff Hebert. Right behind him is going to be number 28, Jack Brinson. And then batting third, number 12, Josh Estacio.
Is that yours, Eddie? No, it's mine.
We'll put our crowd mic just a little bit lower so we don't get these people that are right here in front of us. There it goes. Remember, folks, if you want to give a shout out, if you're listening at home, we do appreciate you. We'll be happy, at least I'll be happy, to say hi and send me an email. Let me know who you're listening for, where you're listening from. I can be reached over at aja.vype@gmail.com. So again, AJA, nice and easy. Vype is VYPE @gmail.com, and I'll be checking periodically throughout our game here this afternoon. So it looks like we are almost set to get everything underway.
Okay. I just like it too much. I know. Is this like getting any better? Yeah, that's good. Judge, I know it's too early.
As here we go.
Coming to the
So
plate,
Jeff
number
Hebert
6, Jeff Hebert.
is going to make his way up. Having a rough go here at this series. 0 for 3 in game 1. Had a strikeout swing and the 2 flyouts towards the outfield. One towards center, one towards left. As he makes his way to face off as a first batter against Arguello. Hebert getting set. And let's get this one underway. First pitch from Arguello, a nice fastball right down the middle, gets called for strike 1. Count goes 0-1. Slight breeze coming in here at Tiger Stadium as here's the second pitch. Swung on, it's a high fly towards left field. As it looks like Drew Fagala is going to get underneath it. He brings that one in for out number 1. Slight breeze coming at us straight from center field, right at us here in the booth.
Now batting number 28, Jack Brinson.
Texas terms, it's a cool 81 degrees here in playtime. As here comes Jack Brinson up to the plate. First pitch to him. It's going to hit the inside edge. Called for strike one. Count goes 0-1. Brinson going 0 for 3 yesterday. A couple ground outs and a pop out towards second. So no balls, 1 strike and 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swung on. It's a fly ball over towards right field. Christian Keller cannot catch up to it. And that's going to be a base hit for Jack Brinson here in the first with 1 out. Good contact there by Brinson. That was a nice job of hitting that one. I want to say the wind got a little piece of it too, as it floated just a tad to the right.
Number 12,
Keller just unable to catch up to that one. Is up next with 1 out and 1 runner on. It's going to be number 12, third baseman Josh Astacio. Astacio, much like the starting 2, 0 for 3 last night. As first pitch, he swings on and hits. It's going to be a pop-up towards first as De Hoyos gets underneath it in the foul territory and pulls that one in for out number 2. So 2 away here, top of the first. And I got to get my little board here fixed for you folks at home, as I apologize.
Now batting number 7, Tate Joint.
Top of the first. There we go. And as you heard, folks, next up here at the cleanup spot, it's going to be number 7, Tate Joint. He's got 1 runner on at first and Jack Brinson. And 2 outs, quick throw down to first, not in time. We'll get reset and Joint will await the first pitch from Arguello.
You were hungry, bro. I know. I should have my master guy.
Joint awaits the pitch, swung on and missed. That'll be strike 1. Count goes 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, and 1 runner on here for the Warriors. Top of the first. Warriors looking to hopefully get ahead early here and put this game 2 away, as that one's going to be outside as Brinson takes off towards second. He's going to get tagged on the steal, and he'll get caught stealing for out number 3. So Brinson caught on the steal, out number 3. Joint will be set to lead off in the second inning, as he did not get to finish his time at bat, but bottom of the second. We'll be up here shortly. We're going to stick it here, folks, and hang out as we get ready for everybody to get lined up. Tate Joint will get the call for the Warriors, so he'll be up on the mound, set to lead off. As far as batting order for the Smithson Valley Rangers, leadoff batter is going to be number 4, Kason Wells, followed by Tim Arguello, with David De Hoyos batting third. Let's see here, we got some time, don't we? I think we do.
He went 90 to 72.
What was that?
Gonna give a big, hey, how you doing? What's going on from Mr. Ben Wells up in Lubbock, Texas. He's tuning in for his nephew, Kason Wells. He said, go Rangers, as Kason Wells will be the first batter up here for the Rangers here at the bottom of the first. Thank you for listening, Mr. Wells. We appreciate it. While we got some time, let's do a This Day in Baseball History. How about that? This day, May 14th, let's do 1920. Beating the Tigers in relief at Griffith Stadium 9-8, Senator right-hander Walter Johnson registers his 300th victory. Nicknamed the Big Train, though he hurled for mostly a losing team and many losing teams for his 21-year career, he will compile 417 victories, including 20 games or more for 10 consecutive seasons between 1910 and 1919. As we are set to get this one underway. Number 4, Kason Wells, center fielder.
Number 4, Kason Wells.
Will make his way up to the plate. Tate Joint is going to be on the mound here for the Warriors, as Wells will be the first batter he gets the face-off against here this afternoon. And here's the first pitch. It's going to be outside and off the glove of Brinson. That will be ball 1. Count goes 1-0. Kason Wells started the Rangers off strong yesterday, had a leadoff single, and had a pretty good afternoon going 2 for 4. Next pitch, hot dog right down the middle, as Wells takes a swing and misses for strike 1. Count goes even 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. It's going to be outside, ball 2. Count goes 2-1 here for Wells. Joint gets set, gets the call. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a little too low down the middle. That'll be ball 3. Count goes 3-1 here for Wells, and the Warriors being careful around Kaysen. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Joint. It's going to be outside and low. Ball 4, and Kaysen Wells with leadoff walk for the Rangers. He makes his way over to first. Next up, it's going to be number 19 pitcher, Tim Arguello. Arguello playing right field yesterday, getting the call on the mound here today. Arguello having a pretty decent afternoon yesterday. He went 2 for 3. Excuse me, 1 for 2. A double, and then a ground out. That one's going to be catching the outside edge. For strike 1, Arguello went down just a tad to show bunt and pulled back up immediately. Looking to advance Wells, most likely. No balls, 1 strike. As Arguello gets set, Wells is over at first. Joint gets the call. Here's the pitch. Arguello showing bunt. Pulls back in time. That'll be ball 1. Count goes even 1-1. You see Josh Estacio over at third for the Warriors coming up on these shown bunts by Arguello. Quick throw down to first. Not in time, as Wells was able to slide in on the turf and make it. We'll get reset and we'll do it again. 1 ball, 1 strike. Joint keeping an eye on Wells, and another throw down to first. This time it gets off of the glove of Ridge Morgan, and Wells is going to take off towards second. And he will make it over there with ease, uncontested on the steal. After that wild throw, looked like as Morgan went to tag Wells, even though Wells was safe, the ball came loose on the tag, allowing Wells to take off towards second. So no outs here, bottom of the first. 1 runner on in scoring position now, as Wells was able to take second. So Arguello gets set, Joint gets the call. Here's your 1-1 pitch. It's going to be inside, gets away from Brinson, and Wells will go ahead and trot on over to third. He'll make it on the wild pitch. That is going to be ball 2 for Tim Arguello. And no outs. Rangers moving fast. Wells able to make his way around the bases as he is now at third and waiting to come home. It's 2 balls, 1 strike, and no outs as Arguello gets set. Joint with the pitch. There's a high fly towards left field as it's going to go foul and drop immediately. Nobody can get to that one. That'll be strike 2. Count goes even, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Joint waits the pitch. Kaysen Wells is over at third. Here's the pitch. It's going to be outside and low for ball 3. Count goes full for Arguello, 3-2. So full count here for Tim Arguello. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Joint. Swung on, goes behind him, foul. We'll get reset and we'll do it again. As Arguello makes his way back into the box. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Joint with the pitch. It's a high fly towards right field as Winland's going to try to chase it down. He gets underneath it, pulls it in. Wells will tag up from third as he makes his way home for the score. We'll give Arguello there a sacrifice fly with an RBI, and the Rangers take a 1-0 lead here in the first.
Off the bat, number 22, David DeHoyos.
So 1 away here, bottom of the first, as first baseman number 22, David DeHoyos, is going to make his way up to the plate. Here's Joint with the pitch. It's going to be outside for ball 1. Count goes 1-0 for DeHoyos. Joint with the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, it's a liner over first base. He's going to drop into right field. He's going to keep rolling as DeHoyos is going to round first. Winland all the way to the fence to get it, and DeHoyos will just slow himself down at second with a double. And the Rangers with another runner in scoring position here with 1 out, bottom of the first. Next up to the plate, it's going to be designated hitter number 9, Garrett Brooks for the Rangers.
Now batting number 9, Garrett Brooks.
There's Brooks. Looking at Coach Kale, getting his calls. David DeHoyos is over at second. As his Joint gets set, here's the pitch. Fastball down the middle. That'll be strike one. Definite take there for Brooks. Count goes 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, and 1 out here for Garrett Brooks. Tate Joint gets the call on the mound. Here's the pitch. Swung on and miss. It's going to be a breaking ball right over the middle. That'll be strike 2. Count goes 0-2 here with 1 away in the bottom of the first. No balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out here for Garrett Brooks. He's got 1 runner on with David De Hoyos over at second. Here's the pitch from Joint. That's going to be low and inside. That'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-2. Tate Joint paying a lot of attention over to David De Hoyos over at second.
Yo, yeah, come on, kid.
You see a pitcher take 2 looks or so, and he's taking about 3 or 4. There's 1 look at De Hoyos, 2 looks. Here's the pitch. A swing and a miss. Garrett Brooks will be out number 2 after that strikeout.
Now batting number 28, Ethan Gonzalez.
So with 2 away here, bottom of the first. Catcher number 28, Ethan Gonzalez, will make his way to the plate for the Rangers. He's got 1 runner in scoring position. Here's the pitch from Joint. It's going to be outside and in the dirt. Ball 1. Count goes 1-0. Gonzalez getting his calls. As he gets set. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And he's going to cross the plane. We're going to do a quick look, and that is going to be strike 1. Count goes even 1-1, and Gonzalez trying to pull back, just not in time. As it's 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, and Joint's going to step off and give some directions out to Matt Gula over at shortstop and say, hey, keep an eye over there at De Hoyos. He's getting a big lead. As it's 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Ethan Gonzalez in the box. He gets set. Here's the pitch from Joint. As that's going to hit the zone there for strike 2. Count goes 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Tate Joint up on the mound, trying to get out of this one, just giving up 1 run so far as he gets set.
Oh, no, that's right.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. A swing and a miss by Gonzalez on that slider. He'll go down swinging. He will be out number 3. And after 1 inning, folks, the Rangers have a 1-0 lead over the Westwood Warriors. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back with the 2nd inning. You're listening to Warrior Baseball right here on Vype Live.
Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts.
Wait, hold on just a moment.
It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts. But did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at Vype, VYPE.com.
All right, folks, welcome back out here to Dripping Springs, Texas. Game number 2 between the Westwood Warriors and the Smithson Valley Rangers currently underway. Rangers able to bring 1 across here in the first inning as they have a 1-0 lead over the Westwood Warriors. AJ Arevalo here, and we are excited. It should be a very good game here today. Set to lead off here at the top of the second for the Warriors is going to be pitcher Tate Joint. He was up out the plate back in the first. Jack Brinson was caught stealing for out number 3, so he'll make his way back out here in the second. Matt Gula will be set to bat second with Ridge Morgan on schedule to bat third. Tim Arguello is going to be back on the mound for the Rangers. He had a pretty decent first inning. As here comes Tate Joint up to the plate. Joint, much like the majority of the Warriors, 0 for 3 yesterday. We got a couple ground outs and a strikeout.
7, Tate Joint.
So he's now master and Gumbo, and he's challenger mid.
As we've seen Joint over at shortstop, but he does get the call on the mound as here's the first pitch from Arguello as a swing and a liner down the first baseline goes foul. That'll be strike one. Count goes 0-1. Ironically, the count that Joint was on in the last inning before he made his way back to the dugout. No balls, 1 strike. Here, top of the second. Leadoff batter Joint waiting for the pitch as that's going to be a nice throw right over the middle. That'll be strike 2. Count goes 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Arguello with the pitch to Joint. Joint gets a piece of it, goes foul immediately. Count will stay 0-2. Tate Joint now in protection mode here at the plate as anything that may be deemed a strike, he's got to take a whack at. As he makes his way back into the box. Back foot a little close there to the line as he's kind of hugging home plate. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Arguello. It's going to be way up high for ball 1. Count goes 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This Joint gets set. Arguello with the pitch. Swung on and a liner down the third baseline. Gets right past the glove of John Garza. That'll be a base hit for Joint. Here to lead off in the second inning. Arguello throwing that one right down the middle, and Joint eyes lit up on that swing as, again, Garza made a nice effort at third to dive. It went right under his glove on that attempt to bring it down. But here comes shortstop Matt Gula. Matt Gula, one of the few Westwood Warriors to throw us first. It's not in time. But one of the few Westwood Warriors who got a hit last night, and he actually went 2 for 3. 2 singles, and he had 1 strikeout looking in the 5th, but his bat was probably the hottest yesterday afternoon for the Warriors. Here's the first pitch to him. It's high and outside as Joint has to get back in a hurry to first. He is going to be safe as it'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-0 here for Gula. So 1 ball, no strikes, and no outs here. Top of the second. 1 runner on over at first. That's Tate Joint. No pinch runner for him. As here's a pitch from Arguello. That's going to be hitting the outside of the box for strike 1. Count goes even 1-1. Gula thought about swinging and pulled back on that one at the last second. As he takes a look at Coach Carter down by third, gets the call, gets back in the box. It's 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 runner on. Here's the pitch. A big rip by Gula, can't make contact. That'll be strike 2. Count goes 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Matt Gula gets set in the box. Quick throw over to first as Joint is able to make it back in time. We're going to get reset here and do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Matt Gula. Arguello gets the call. Here's the pitch. Over the middle, and that's swung on and hit behind out of the park. It'll go foul. And we'll do it again. Gula gets set. Arguello, quick check over at Joint at first. Here's your 1-2 pitch. Another one hit foul, the same location. As Matt Gula's having a good at-bat, burning some pitches off of Tim Arguello. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes, and no outs here top of the second. Tate Joint gets a pretty decent lead over at first. Here's a pitch from Arguello. That's going to be just a bit outside. That'll be ball 2. Count goes even 2-2. And the Rangers got to be careful with Matt Gula here at the plate. Again, hitting a couple singles last night. As here's that pitch. It's going to be 2 inside. That'll be ball 3. Count goes full 3-2 here for Gula. So an excellent at-bat for him. There's another throw down to first, not in time. Joint's able to make it back.
Go 2-1.
You know, aside from being able to play when it's wet, the other good thing here about the turf field is there's no uniforms to clean here for the moms at home because there's nothing to get dirty with. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes here for Gula. Here's the pitch as Joint takes off. A swing and a miss by Gula. And Joint is going to slide in and he'll make it in time. So Joint will go ahead and take second. Gula will go down swinging. He'll be out number 1, which is going to bring up first baseman number 13, Ridge Morgan.
Number 13, Ridge Morgan.
Morgan started out as a pitcher, then went over to first after he was relieved in the second. He come in, going 1 for 3 yesterday. Hit a single and hit a couple grounders. As there's 1 on in scoring position for the Warriors. That one's going to be inside, though. That'll catch the zone for strike 1. Count goes 0-1. Hit from Morgan came in the 7th, I believe. It did, and that's when the bats really warmed up for the Warriors. Just not enough to come and bring 7 runs across, or any at all. As that throw down to second was not in time, Joint was able to get back with ease. Snowballs, 1 strike and 1 out here for Morgan. Tate Joint's over at second. There's the pitch. It's going to be a bouncer towards Garza at third. He fields it. The throw to first is in time, and a nice job by De Hoyos as he actually was off the bag when he caught it. He dove in for the tag and was able to get Morgan for out number 2. Tate Joint will advance over to third as that was a good job by Garza to
Coming to the plate,
go ahead and get the guaranteed out.
Drew Mallon.
Next up to the plate is going to be second baseman number 2, Drew Hollied, as he gets set to face off against Arguello. There's the first pitch. He swings at it, can't make contact. That'll be strike 1. Count goes 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike and 2 outs here for Drew. Tate Joint's over at third. Here's the pitch. It's going to be outside for ball 1. Count goes even 1-1. Hollied makes his way back into the box. Counts even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on as that knocks the the face mask off of our umpire there. That'll go foul for strike 2. Count goes 1-2. You know that hurt. Mask or not, getting one in the noggin. That'll have you seeing some stars. But he looks okay. I think a requirement to be a home plate umpire is you got to be pretty tough. Got to have a hard head, if you will, right? Deal with parents yelling at you, coaches yelling at you. Fastballs to the dome. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tate Joint's at third. Drew Hollied's at the plate. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high and inside. That'll be ball 2. Count goes even 2-2. Warriors with a chance to bring a run in now as they got him in scoring position over at third. Tim Arguello gets the call. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. As that goes over the plate, catches Drew Hollied looking. As that'll be out number 3. So the Warriors get 1 hit, leave 1 stranded. And that'll do it for the top of the second. We'll take a short break, folks. We'll be right back for the bottom of the second. You're listening to Warrior Baseball right here on Vype Live.
For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Rangers with a 1-0 lead so far here over the Westwood Warriors. AJ Revel here. We're going into the bottom of the second as Tate Joint will be back on the mound for the Warriors. You see him warming up there right on your viewing screen. Set to lead off for the Rangers is going to be number 21, right fielder Christian Keller. John Garza, third baseman, will be set to bat next with Ryan Ruff, shortstop, batting third. Here, Christian Keller having an okay afternoon yesterday, just okay, as he went 3 for 4, including 2 singles, and a 2 RBI double in the first inning of yesterday's game. So responsible for 2 of those 7 runs that came across for the Rangers.
Off the bat, number 21, Christian Keller.
As here comes Keller making his way up to the plate. Joint awaits the call. And here we go. It's going to be a little too high over the plate. That'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-0 here for Keller. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be too low inside this time. Ball 2. Count goes 2-0. Two balls, no strikes here. St. Joint gets the call. Here's the pitch to Keller. It's going to be low and outside. Ball 3. Count goes 3-0, and Tate Joint is in danger of walking the leadoff batter here at the bottom of the second for the Rangers. It's 3-0 though, folks. Here comes Old Faithful. Heater down the middle. As that one can't get the location right. Going to be 2 inside. Ball 4. As Keller gets walked after 4 straight balls.
Now batting, number 8, John Garza.
As here comes third baseman, number 8, John Garza, up to the plate. He's got 1 runner on and no outs here, bottom of the second. Joint, quick check over at Keller at first. And here's the pitch to Garza. It'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-0. Joint gonna have to get his location down here. It's 1 ball, no strikes, 1 runner on. Here's your 1-0 pitch. There's a bunt by Garza. Joint gets it, the toss to first in time. Sacrifice bunt by Garza will be out number 1. He'll advance Keller to second though, exactly what his job was. Which will bring up shortstop number 2, Ryan Ruff.
Now batting, number 2, Ryan Ruff.
And Ryan Ruff having a rough afternoon yesterday. He went 0 for 2 with a strikeout swing and a flyout towards right field. I thought that was fun.
I mean, luckily it didn't hurt you.
It's 1 away here, bottom of the second. As Joint has a little chat here with Drew Holly, and he'll make his way back. He's got 1 runner over at second. As Christian Keller was able to make his way after the sacrifice bunt by Garza. As Ruff gets set, here's the pitch.
Sucks the wind out of you. Was that field goal? Yes.
It's going to be possibly a little too high.
It wasn't a cover.
Either way, that'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-0. Cameron Hodges is going to be on deck for the Rangers. He'll be set to bat next, barring a double play. It's 1 ball, no strikes here for Ruff. Joint with the pitch. It's going to be inside, fastball way inside. Ball 2. Count goes 2-0. That's one thing I've noticed here from the Rangers after yesterday's game is they are very patient at the plate. Very rarely do they swing at something outside the zone. It's 2 ball, no strikes. There's a pitch to Ruff. There's a swing. It's a liner towards right center field. So it looks like Keller's going to round third. He'll make his way in to score. It's going to be an RBI single for Ryan Ruff. As Keller makes his way all the way around. And the Rangers go up 2-0.
Coming to the plate, number 12, Cameron Hodges.
Next up to the plate, second baseman Cameron Hodges. As he gets set, if he can make his way on base and keep out of a double play, top of the order will be due up for the Rangers with Cason Wells making his way back up to the plate. But with 1 away, here the second, here's the pitch outside in the dirt. That'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-0 for Hodges. Ryan Ruff is over at first. He's getting a pretty normal lead, nothing too crazy. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch to Hodges. It's going to be a high fly towards right field. That's going to go foul, and I think it's going to clear the fence. It does. That'll be strike 1. Count goes even 1-1. Hodges taking a look over at the dugout, getting this call. Hodges going 0 for 2 last night. Was able to make it on base after a fielder's choice, though. He hits a grounder towards Holly, who fields it to throw to first. In time. That'll be a 4-3 for out number 2. Ryan Ruff does make his way over to second. But here comes top of the order in center fielder, number 4, Cason Wells. Wells was walked on his first time at bat. As he gets to bat yet again in the next inning. 1 runner on with Ryan Ruff over at second. And 2 away here in the bottom of the second. Joint with the pitch. It's going to be too high. That'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes, and 2 outs here for Cason Wells. Joint gets set. Here's the 1-0 pitch. As Wells takes a big rip there, can't make contact. That'll be strike 1. Count goes even, 1-1. So 1 runner on. Ryan Ruff's over at second. It's 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs here for Wells. Joint gets set. Here's the pitch. As that gets away from Brinson, and Ruff will make his way over to third on the wild pitch. That will be ball 2 for Cason Wells. Count goes 2-1. So Wells with a chance to bring 1 more runner home. As Ruff's over at third, here's the pitch from Joint. It's going to be a little too far outside for ball 3. Count goes 3-1. And with the 3-1 count, kind of 50-50 what you get. You usually get the heater over the middle, but maybe the location's a little bit different. As here's the pitch, and it's a heater over the middle. Wells gets a piece of it, and it goes foul immediately. That'll be strike 2. Count goes full, 3-2. But it's also hit or miss whether you see the batter take that or not, as the Rangers decide against it. But it's 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 1 runner on. Here's the pitch from Joint. Wells makes a big rip and can't catch up to it. And that'll be a strikeout swinging for out number 3. And that one ends with 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left stranded. So after 2, the Rangers have a 2-0 lead over the Westwood Warriors. We'll take another short break, folks. We'll be right back. You're listening to Warrior Baseball here on Vype Live.
Hey, buddy, you say you wish someone was covering your favorite high school sports teams? You just couldn't make it to the game and you need to find out now what's going on? Well, my friend, your prayers are answered. Go to Vype, VYPE.com, and hit Find Your School to see what Vype is saying about your great community. See for yourself why Vype is the leader in high school sports coverage in Texas. Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 3rd inning set to get underway here as the Rangers have a 2-0 lead over the Westwood Warriors. Tim Arguello is going to be back on the mound for Smithson Valley. Set to lead off for your Westwood Warriors is going to be right fielder number 5, Gus Winland, with Evan Dunn batting second, and then top of the order is Jeff Hebert set to bat third. Slower start here for the Rangers. They were able to bring 5 runs across in the first inning yesterday, and then an additional security blanket of 2 more in the second. And after that, they were shut out for the rest of the game. But it was a good job by their pitcher, Taylor, that kept the Westwood Warriors at bay for the whole game, unable to bring a run across, resulting in that 7-0 win yesterday afternoon. So here comes number 5, Gus Winland, right fielder for the Warriors. He looks to face off against Arguello. Here's the first pitch. A swing and a chopper behind him goes foul. That'll be strike 1. Count goes 0-1. No balls, 1 strike here for Winland. Pitch swung on. It's a high fly towards Hodges at second, and actually De Hoyos makes an attempt to it and can't get to. They're going to say that the throw to Arguello after the diving catch hit the bag right before Winland. As that'll go down as out number 1. That'll be an interesting 4-1 for out number 1. As De Hoyos made a dive, couldn't quite get to it. Hodges picked it up and threw it over to Arguellos for the out. First pitch called for Evan Dunn here. It's strike 1.
Number 4, Evan Dunn.
Count goes 0-1. Next one's going to be way up high. That'll be ball 1. Count goes even 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out here for Evan Dunn. Arguello with the pitch. As that was a nice throw that had some good movement back inside. That'll hit the zone for strike 2. Count goes 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Arguello with the pitch. Dunn gets a piece of it. It's a liner towards first. De Hoyos fields it. Tags up on first for out number 2. So with 2 away here in the top of the 3rd, and I change my scoreboard, don't I?
Center fielder, Jeff.
So 3rd batter here for the Warriors in the 3rd inning. Top of the order is going to be number 6 center fielder Jeff Hebert as he makes his way up to the plate. With 2 away, going to get something moving is last at bat, and it with a fly out towards left field as that one goes inside for ball 1. Count goes 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes, and 2 outs. Arguello with the pitch. It's going to be outside, ball 2. Count goes 2-0. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. As Hebert thinks about it, decides against it. That hits the outside zone. Strike 1. Count goes 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. It's going to be outside. Ball 3. Count goes 3-1. We'll see what Hebert decides to do. It's 3 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. No runners on. Here's the pitch. That's going to be too far outside. Ball 4, and Hebert will make his way over to first on the walk with 2 outs. 2-out rally underway here for the Warriors.
28, Jack Brinson.
That's what I like to call a 2-out rally. As here comes center fielder number 28, Jack Brinson. He hit a single in the 1st inning and then was caught stealing for the final out. Then he's got 1 runner on and 2 outs. So he needs at least a base hit at minimum to keep this going. Warriors trailing by 2 to the Rangers here in the 3rd inning. As Arguello checks over at Hebert at first. Here's the pitch to Brinson. That's going to hit the zone for strike 1. Count goes 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. As Jack gets set. Arguello with the pitch. And it's going to be a bouncer towards 3rd that Garza gets. He's going to throw it to first, and De Hoyos brings that one in. As that'll be out number 3. And that'll do it for the Warrior offense here at the top of the 3rd. They come away with no hits, no errors, but 1 runner left on. And we'll hang out here for the bottom of the 3rd. Set to lead off for the Rangers is going to be number 19, Tim Arguello. David De Hoyos will be set to bat 2nd with Garrett Brooks on schedule to bat 3rd. Let's see, let's do another This Day in Baseball History. How about that? Here we go. This day, May 14th, 1972. After 21 seasons with the Giants, 41-year-old Willie Mays makes a dramatic return to New York in his debut with the Mets when he hits a game-winning home run off Don Carithers to defeat his former team 5-4. That was his 647th career homer in the 5th, and it breaks a 4-4 deadlock. So Tate Joint back on the mound here for the Warriors. you see him warming up now. As here comes Tim Arguellos up to the plate. He had a sacrifice fly back in the first. I credited him with that RBI to bring that run in. He's got no runners on, so we'll see what he can do here to get his way on pace for the Rangers.
Coming to the plate, number 19, Tim Arguello.
There's Joint with the pitch. It's going to be outside, ball one. Count goes 1-0. It's 1 ball, no strikes. There's Joint with the pitch. Swung on, it's going to go behind foul. That'll be strike one. Count goes even 1-1.
I wanted to pitch so bad. I pitched it, actually.
So 1 ball, 1 strike. As Joint gets the call, here's the pitch to Arguello. A swing and a miss, no contact made. Strike 2. Count goes 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes here for the leadoff batter, Tim Arguello, as Joint gets set. Here's the pitch. Trying to get him to reach, and that was a good pitch that I probably would have reached on there if I was at bat, but no offering from Arguello. That's ball 2. Count goes even 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Another one outside throw by Joint. That one's going to be ball 3. Count goes 3-2. It's full here for Tim Arguello as he gets set. Joint gets the call. Here's the pitch. And this will be a bouncer towards Gula. He fields that one. To throw over to Morgan is in time. That'll be out number 1. So next up to the plate for the Rangers is number 22, first baseman David De Hoyos. He hit a double back in the first inning. He's got no runners on though, and 1 away here in the third.
Now batting, number 22, David De Hoyos.
Garrett Brooks is in the batter's circle. He's getting warm there on my left side for the Rangers as here's the first pitch. It's going to be low for ball 1. Count goes 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes, and 1 out. As Tate Joint with the pitch. Swing and a bouncer down the third baseline goes foul. That'll be strike 1 for De Hoyos.
Look behind you, bro.
Count goes even 1-1. Looks like Josh Estacio there at third had to trek the distance to go get that one out of the way. It's 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. David De Hoyos is currently at the plate. Here's the pitch, swinging a bouncer towards Gooley. He's getting his workout in. Here's the throw to Morgan, and there's out number 2. Next up is going to be the designated hitter, Garrett Brooks. He's hitting in place of left fielder Drew Fagala for the Rangers.
Coming to the plate, designated hitter, number 9, Garrett Brooks.
Brooks had a strikeout swinging in the first. As he gets set, we'll see if Matt Gooley here can make it the hat trick. Here's the pitch, fastball down the middle, strike 1. Count goes 0-1. The last 2 outs have been grounders towards Matt Gooley there at short, and he's just had a toss over to Ridge Morgan at first. Here's the 0-1 pitch, going to be too low. It's ball 1. Count goes even 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs here for Brooks. Tate Joint gets set. Here's the pitch. Swung on and a bouncer. This time it's going to go to Holly at second. He gets it to Morgan, and that'll do it. So 4-3 for out number 3, folks, and the third inning is done. No runs come across for either team as the Rangers hold on to their 2-0 lead over the Westwood Warriors. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back for the 4th inning. You're listening to Warrior Baseball right here on Vype Live.
Hey, buddy, you say you wish someone was covering your favorite high school sports teams? You just couldn't make it to the game and you need to find out now what's going on? Well, my friend, your prayers are answered. Go to Vype, VYPE.com, and hit Find Your School to see what Vype is saying about your great community. See for yourself why Vype is the leader in high school sports coverage in Texas. Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com.
set to get underway here in Dripping Springs, Texas. So it looks like Tim Arguello's is going to be back on the mound here for the Rangers here for the fourth inning. He'll be set to face off against leadoff batter Josh Stasio for the Warriors. Tate Joint will be batting second with Matt Gula on schedule to bat third. It's a little history for you folks. I know we got some Smithson Valley folks listening in. As far as the Westwood Warriors go, they have had probably one of the toughest schedules to get here to where they are now in the playoffs. They faced off against Lake Travis, the #1 team in the state of Texas, where they split the series with them. Round Rock, who is highly ranked in the state of Texas as well. I believe they're top 20. They ended up losing that series to them, but that's in their district. Round Rock won the district. And then in round 1 of playoff, they went up against Austin Bowie.
Leading off, number 12, third baseman, Josh Stasio.
Now, Austin Bowie was ranked 12th in the state. After losing game 1 in 14 innings, 4.5 hours, the Warriors rallied back and won game 2 and game 3. As here's the first pitch to Josh Stasio. He swings at that one, knocks it foul. That'll be strike 1. Count goes 0-1. As that brings the Warriors here to this area playoff between them and the Smithson Valley Rangers. As here's the second pitch. It's going to be outside for ball 2. Oh, excuse me, ball 1, sorry. Count goes even 1-1. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Stasio watching that one. That's going to hit the zone, though, for strike 2. Count goes 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes here for Stasio. Here's the pitch. He hits that one deep towards left field, and that's going to stay. Ferris Vagala's going to have to get to it. Stasio's going to round first. He's going to be held up at second. And a leadoff double here in the fourth for Stasio as the Warriors are in business with no outs. Nicely hit and a great drop by that one for Stasio as that went about a foot inside fair on that drop, all the way to the fence line.
Plate, number 7, Tate Joint.
Now here comes number 7, pitcher Tate Joint. He hit a single in the second inning and was left stranded over at third to end that one. He's got a runner on, though, with no outs, as Stasio is in scoring position at second, as that pitch is going to be way outside for ball 1. Count goes 1-0. One ball, no strikes. As Joint gets set, Guayos gets the call. Here's the pitch. Swung on, it's a high fly towards right field. It's going deep. Christian Keller's trying to leg it out as that bounces in front of him into the fence. Stasio's going to round third. Joint will be held up at second, but an RBI double for the Warriors as they chip away at this lead. They trail by 1. It's 2-1.
Especially with the wind. If the wind was coming in this way, it would have been, or if the wind wasn't coming in, it would have been out, bro.
And what a hit by Tate Joint as he's going to be over at second, which is going to bring up number 21 shortstop Matt Gula.
Number 21, Matt Gula.
If there's no wind, that's out.
First pitch from Arguello. It's going to hit the zone easy for strike 1. Count goes 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, still no outs here, top of the fourth. Warriors with another runner in scoring position. That's that tying run over at second. Here's the pitch. Swing, another hit down the third baseline. This time it's going to go foul, as that'll be strike 2. Count goes 0-2. Matt Gula had a strikeout swinging in the second, but his bat was smoking hot back in game 1 here against the Rangers yesterday afternoon, as he sits now behind in the count 0-2 with 1 runner over on second. Arguello gets the call. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss by Gula. He'll go down swinging for out number 2.
Coming to the plate, first baseman, number 13, Ridge Morgan.
So here comes Ridge Morgan up to the plate. He had a grounder towards Garza over at third. his last time at bat. He's got Tate Joint over at second.
Yeah, never again.
Here's the pitch to him, and a quick think about throwing it down for Arguello. He decides against it as Joint was able to get back in time. As Ridge Morgan stays in the box, he is ready to go. Here's the first pitch to him. Swung on, it's a bouncer towards Garza as Garza fields it, and Morgan is going to almost leg this one out. It'll be a 5-3 again. Route number 2.
Now batting, second baseman, number 2, Drew Collins.
So the two-way here at top of the 4th. Next up is number 2, second baseman, Drew Holly. He had a strikeout looking his last time at bat. Another throw down. This time he does throw it to second. Joint able to get back in time. Warriors in a very good opportunity to tie this one up. They're going to try their best here to get Joint across as Arguello gets set. Here's the pitch to Hollied, and Hollied doesn't pull back in time there. It'll be strike 1. Count goes 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 away here, top of the 4th. Tate Joint at second for the Warriors. Here's the pitch to Hollied. It's going to be low and outside. That'll be ball 1. Count goes even, 1-1. And Hollied doing a good job working the count in his last at bat. He almost got it full. He went 2 for 2. It was 2 for 2 when he was at bat before that strikeout looking, as this one is going to be inside for ball 2. And Holly looks like he might have thought about it just a little bit. But it's 2 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs here for Drew Holly. Warriors trail by 1. Tyne runs over at second and Tate Joint. As Arguello gets set, here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss by Holly. That'll be strike 2. Count goes even, 2-2.
Dylan, what are you doing? Dylan, what are you doing?
Holly looking for a base hit. An opportunity to drive Tate Joint in. Joint has the speed to round third and make his way home. So just a little base hit is all we're looking for as Holly gets set. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch and a liner that is straight into the glove of Tim Arguello. Nice heads-up play by the pitcher there, as that's going to be a liner towards 1 for out number 3. And that'll do it. So 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on. But 1 run comes across for the Warriors as they chip away at this Ranger lead. They still trail 2-1. So bottom of the 4th. We'll be underway here shortly. Catcher number 28, Ethan Gonzalez, will be set to lead off, followed by Christian Keller with John Garza on schedule to bat 3rd. Tate Joint's going to be back on the mound for the Warriors. He's having a pretty good outing so far this afternoon. His location seems pretty on, but he's getting off every so often. But aside from that, he's looking pretty solid there on the mound. You know, let's do it this day in baseball history. How about that? I don't want to do a current one. Let's do an old one. There we go. This day, May 14th, 1883. So just a little bit ago, right? Not too long ago. The Phillies, then they were known as the Quakers, win their first game in franchise history when they rout the White Stockings, who are later to be known as the Cubs, at Chicago's Lakefront Park. Philly had lost its first 8 games of the season before that 12-0 victory. They still finish in last place that season. It's the 18 National League. Their overall record that year in 1883, 17-81.
Now batting the catcher, number 28, Ethan Gonzalez.
So here comes number 28, Ethan Gonzalez. He got a strikeout swinging back in the first inning. There's Joint with the pitch. So that'll be a little outside. Ball 1, count goes 0-1. Christian Keller is on deck for the Rangers. He'll be set to bat next, as it's 1 ball, no strikes. That pitch is going to hit the zone for strike 1. And you know, I thoroughly love it when a catcher is at the plate, because you could easily see his reaction, like, come on, ump. You don't give me those calls when I'm down there. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside and low. Ball 2. Count goes 2-1 here for Gonzalez. Love the facial expression. It's great. Joint getting reset. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Leadoff batter Ethan Gonzalez at the plate. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside. Ball 3. Count goes 3-1.
I don't know. Does he start?
As we'll see if Gonzalez takes his 3-1 pitch.
So
Joint gets the call.
He grinds into
Here we go.
plays bot game.
As that's going to hit the zone. Strike 2. Count goes full 3-2. Gonzalez gets set. Full count here for him. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Joint with the pitch. As that's going to be too far inside this time. That'll be ball 4 to lead off walk here for Gonzalez as he'll make his way over to first. He normally has a pinch runner. We'll see, and we are. It looks like it's going to be number 20, Cade Hansen, is going to come out to run here for Ethan Gonzalez.
First year runner number 20, Cade Hansen. Off the bat, right fielder number 21, Christian Keller.
So here comes Christian Keller up to the plate for the Rangers. Keller was walked in the second, and he was the run that came across for the last score here for the Rangers. He's got 1 runner on and no outs. Here's the pitch. That one's going to hit the outside zone. Strike 1. Count goes 0-1.
Well, that was probably because he got filled.
Cade Hansen's going to be over at first here for the Rangers. Keller making his way back into the plate. No balls, 1 strike. Joint gets set. Here's the pitch. Swing on, it's a high fly towards right center field as Hebert comes up and can't get it as it bounces in front of him. As that'll be a base hit for Keller. And the Rangers are in business now with 2 runners on and no outs here in the 4th inning.
Coming to the plate, number 8, third baseman John Garza.
So here comes number 8, third baseman John Garza. He had a sacrifice bunt his last time at bat here in the 2nd inning. He was responsible for advancing Keller. I got him across later on the next batter as he gets set. He's got 2 runners on and Cade Hansen at second and Christian Keller over at first. No outs here in the 4th inning as Joint gets the call. Here's the pitch to Garza. Garza showing bunt. That one's going outside for ball 1. Count goes 1-0.
It worked against him. He took it
So Garza looking to be the sacrificial lamb, if you will. Advance those runners into scoring position if he can. As it's 1 ball, no strikes, and of course no outs here at the bottom of the 4th for the Rangers. As our umpire was looking toward the Westwood dugout, and I think he's back on track. Joint gets set. Here's the pitch to Garza. Garza showing bunt again. I think he didn't pull back in time this time, though. That'll be strike 1. Count goes even 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 runners on. Garza showing bunt the past 2 pitches. See if he does it again as Joint gets set. And that bunt shown, and this time he gets a piece of it. It's a little boop right in front as Brinson throws to first. Morgan gets the tag. That's going to be out number 1. Runners will advance for the Rangers. So a sacrifice bunt for out number 1 for Garza. Another sacrifice bunt. He must be the pro at it. And here comes Ryan Ruff. Ruff hit a single his last at bat, an RBI single that drove in the score in the 2nd. He's got 2 runners on and 1 away, so an opportunity to maybe get 2 runners across if he can get a good, decent hit in. He's got Cade Hansen at 3rd, Christian Keller at 2nd. As Joint gets set, infield is up pretty close. Here's the pitch. It's going to be outside. Ball 1. Count goes 1-0 here for Ruff. So 1 ball, no strikes, and 1 out. There's Joint with the pitch. That's going to be probably too low. Hard to see from way up here, but that's going to be ball 2. Count goes 2-0.
One spot, Ryan. Let's go.
So 2 balls, no strikes here for Ryan Ruff with 2 runners on and 1 away here in the 4th inning. Joint with the pitch, swung on, it's a high fly. I think it's going to get behind. It doesn't look like it. Brinson coming underneath it. And Brinson, it is going to go over the net and bounce right in front of us in the stands. That'll be strike 1. Count goes 2-1 here for Ruff. as this huge net was no match for that foul ball hit by Ruff. It's 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out as Joint gets set. 2 runners on. Here's the pitch. It's going to be outside. That'll be ball 3. Count goes 3 in a run, and we'll see if Ruff is going to take this 3-1 pitch or try to swing at it. I'd put money that he's going to swing at it, though, and try to drive those runners in. This should be a nice fastball right in the zone for him to swing at. As he gets set, Joint gets the call. 3 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. Yep, there's a hit towards third as Estacio gets it. He's going to throw it to first, and that'll be out number 2. And Estacio doing a good job of checking on Hanson and Keller, making sure they stay put. But a 5-3 for out number 2, which will bring up number 12, second baseman Cameron Hodges. He's batting in the 9th spot here for the Rangers. He had a grounder towards Hollied over at second. Back in the second. He's got 2 runners on, but it's 2 away. See what he has. First pitch from Joint. Fastball down the middle. That'll be strike 1. Count goes 0-1 here for Hodges. Joint with an opportunity to get out of this one without any damage being done. It's no balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Here's a pitch to Hodges. Swung on, it's a bouncer towards Morgan. It's going to go foul down the first baseline. That'll be strike 2. Count goes 0-2. And Tate Joint 1 more strike away from getting out of this one. He can get it past Cameron Hodges. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 runners on in scoring position for the Rangers. Here's the pitch from Joint. As Hodges reaches for that one outside, he'll get strung up. A strikeout swinging for out number 3. And that'll do it, folks. Tate Joint and the Westwood Warriors hold strong in the 4th. No runs come across, but they do get one in, and they are chipping away at this Ranger lead. The Rangers still maintain a 2-1 lead going into the 5th inning. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back, folks. You're listening to Warrior Baseball right here on Vype Live.
Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation.
Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com.
Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
3rd and 13. Again, another reverse. Breaking tackles. Dives to the end zone. Touchdown, Rangers.
16 seconds. Really close up the corner. Quick pitch to Wilson. She fires the 3. Oh my God! It went in. Cavaliers pull ahead by 1.
Log on to Vype, VYPE.com.
All right, folks, welcome back out. We've got a good one here for you at Dripping Springs as the Smithson Valley Rangers lead your Westwood Warriors by a score of 2-1. AJ Arevalo here on this beautiful, beautiful Friday afternoon. We've got a slight breeze, keeping it nice and cool. It's a nice cool, like I said, the Texas cool 81, 80 degrees out. As here comes Gus Winland, who is set to lead off for the Warriors here in the 5th. Evan Dunn will be batting second with top of the order. Jeff Hebert set to bat third. Tim Arguello is back on the mound for the Rangers as that first pitch goes across for strike 1. Count goes 0-1. 1 ball, no strikes. As he's going to swing at that one. As that'll be a strike here for Winland. As Winland gets set, here's the pitch. It's going to be outside and low. That'll be called for ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here for Winland. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, it's a high fly towards center field as it's going to slow down. As Cameron Hodges gets underneath that one for out number 1. Up next to the plate, it's going to be number 4 left fielder Evan Dunn.
Now batting number 4, Evan Dunn.
There's one away here, top of the 5th for the Warriors as Arguello with the pitch is done. Watches that one for ball 1. Count goes 1-0.
It's just for money, bro. The beat is black.
1 ball, no strikes, and 1 out. As Dunn gets set, here's the pitch. He watches that one. Definite take there. That'll be strike 1. Count goes even 1-1.
As soon as you take out the oven, just like, oh, shit.
Your manager tells you it's burnt, you just say it's racist.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Here's the pitch. It's done. It's a piece of that one. It goes foul. Strike 2. Count goes 1-2.
So you serve the crust, take out the entire middle.
Dunn taking his time, getting his way back into the box. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the 5th. No runners on for the Warriors. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high and at head level there for Dunn. That's ball 2. He's able to back his way out from that sweet chin music as it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. You younger folks won't know about that. As here's the 2-2 pitch. It's going to be inside, but that'll catch the zone. Nice throw by Arguello. That'll be strike 3, and Dunn will go down looking for out number 2. Top of the order now here for the Warriors as center fielder number 6, Jeff Hebert, is going to make his way up to the plate. So far, Hebert's 0 for 1 on the afternoon with a fly out towards left field.
What color is your helmet?
So no runners on, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Arguello. Way outside, that'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-0.
I couldn't see what the actual color of the helmet was.
It's like a chrome. It's like not like that. It's
So 1 ball, no strikes in, 2 outs. As Hebert gets set. There's the pitch, another way outside pitch. That's ball 2. Count goes 2-0. Trying to get Hebert to reach on those, and Hebert not offering anything. Doing a good job showing some discipline there at the plate. As he gets set again, it's 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung on, high fly towards right center field as Keller gets underneath it, pulls that one in, and that'll do it. That'll be out number 3 for the Warriors. They go down 1-2-3, and the Rangers maintain their 2-1 lead here going in the bottom of the 5th.
Are you out?
So we'll hang out here as we await the Warriors coming out. Tate Joint's going to be back on the mound. He'll look to face off against top of the order for the Rangers with Cason Wells set to lead off, followed by Tim Arguello and David De Hoyos on schedule to bat 3rd. Let's see here. We'll do another This Day in Baseball History. This day, May 14th, 1977. Jim Colborn becomes the first Kansas City hurler to throw the first no-hitter at Royal Stadium, the 2nd overall in that specific park after California's Fireball, Nolan Ryan. Everybody knows Nolan Ryan. He recorded the first hitless game in that ballpark during its first season back in 1973. Jim Colborn is a 31-year-old right-hander. He only faces 28 batters, issuing 1 free pass, and that was a 6-0 victory back in 1977.
How many games did you go straight to challenge? You won every game.
So when you're on Jeopardy, you can say, you know what, AJ, that guy that was broadcasting that one game way back when, that's why I got that answer right. As we are set to get this one underway, here comes Cason Wells up to the plate. He's 0 for 1 on the afternoon. He was walked in the first and had a strikeout swinging in the 2nd. Wells gets set. Tate Joint's on the mound for the Warriors. Here's the pitch. It's going to be outside and low. Ball 1. Count goes 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch from Joint. Wells hits a liner right towards center field. That's going to be a base hit. And the Rangers are in business with a leadoff single from Cason Wells.
Actually, I don't know if I can read.
Next up to the plate, number 19, Tim Arguello. Arguello so far 0 for 1 on the afternoon. He did need an RBI on a sacrifice fly in the first and hit a grounder towards Gula at short in the 3rd. He's got 1 runner on with no outs. Here's the first pitch from Joint, hits it. That goes way up high. Brinson's going to be able to get underneath it and brings it in. We're out number 1. And those are tough if you're a batter there to hit that pop-up and doesn't make its way quite out of the park.
David De Hoyos.
As here comes number 22, first baseman David De Hoyos up to the plate. 1 for 2 on the afternoon, hit a double in the first and then hit a grounder in the second. Cason Wells is over at first for the Rangers with 1 away here in the 5th. As here's the first pitch to De Hoyos. It's a breaking ball in the dirt, and Wells is going to take off towards second. The throwdown is not in time. It gets away from Holly. As Wells will make it on the wild pitch. It's ball 1 for De Hoyos. Counts 1-0. De Hoyos taking his time. Getting the calls from Coach Kell down at third. He gets in the box. It's 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, 1 runner on. His Joint awaits the call. He gets set. Quick check over at Wells at second. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on. That one goes foul immediately for strike 1. Count goes even 1-1. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Here's Tate Joint working his way through the top of the order for the Rangers here in the 5th. Cason Wells over at second. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And De Hoyos going to call time. Looked like Tate Joint took one too many looks over at Cason Wells at second. We're going to get reset and we're going to do it again. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on. Joint with the pitch. It's going to be way outside. Ball 2. Count goes 2-1 here for De Hoyos.
He was loaded. So what you do is you use your heroes. Yeah, I know.
So 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. Tate Joint gets set. Here's the pitch. Swung on. It's high fly towards right field. Wendland's going to run to it, but can't get there as it goes over the fence line foul. Count goes even, 2-2.
Either you choose to take all lightning and try and take out as many air defenses as possible, or you choose to take all rays. All rays is probably better.
De Hoyos taking his time, makes his way back into the box. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Joint getting set. Here's the pitch. De Hoyos hits a liner towards Estacio, who gets it and then drops it. The throw to first is not going to be in time. And that's going to be an E5 as De Hoyos will make his way to first. Cason Wells will sit tight over at second. And it's going to bring up cleanup Garrett Brooks, the DH here for the Rangers.
Batting number 9, designated hitter, Garrett Brooks.
Brooks 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Strikeout swinging in the first and a grounder towards second in the third. He's got 2 runners on in first and second as Joint calls a quick time and gets reset. So Cason Wells is over at second. De Hoyos is at first. Brooks gets set. There's the pitch. It's going to be too low for ball 1. Count goes 1-0. So 1 ball, no strike, 1 away here, bottom of the 5th. Rangers with 2 runners on, looking to extend their 2-1 lead over the Westwood Warriors as Brooks watches that one go by, low and outside for ball 2. Count goes 2-0. Two balls, no strikes, 1 out. As Joint gets set, here's the pitch to Brooks. It's going to be a high fastball for ball 3. Count goes 3-0. You know what that means, folks. The old faithful heater down the middle here at the 3-0 count. As we'll see if Brooks takes a whack at it. 2 runners on, 1 out. Here's a pitch from Joint. As there's a heater down the middle. Strike 1. Count goes 3-1. Usually we'll see it again, so we'll see if Joint does it, and it's kind of 50-50 whether Brooks will swing or take. But it's 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, and here's the pitch. And he swung at that one, knocks it straight back foul. Count goes full 3-2, and that one almost hit our umpire in the face mask again. He may have a magnet there on his forehead that he may want to take off. As that one barely missed him that time. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out with 2 runners on. Cason Wells in scoring position at second. Brooks at the plate. De Hoyos at first. Here's a pitch from Joint. Swung on. High fly towards left center field. As Dunn gets underneath it and pulls it in. The runners are going to tag. The throw in to Gula is going to go straight towards Estacio. He cannot make the tag. But that was a good throw in. Runners will advance. So we'll call that a sacrifice fly there for Brooks. For out number 2. So catcher is going to be catcher Ethan Gonzalez up to the plate. Gonzalez 0 for 1 with a strikeout, swinging in the first as that one goes by him inside. That'll be ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes, and 2 outs here for Gonzalez as Joint gets set. There's 2 runners on, second and third, both in scoring position. Here's the pitch, swung on, high fly towards right center field. It's going to drop in between, going towards the fence line as 1 run will come across in Cason Wells, as does De Hoyos. Gonzalez will slide into second with a 2 RBI double, and the Rangers will extend their lead 4-1. As Gonzalez will trot off to high fives. His courtesy runner, number 20, Cade Hansen, will make his way out to take his place at second. So here comes number 21, Christian Keller, 1 for 1 on the afternoon with a single his last time at bat. He was left stranded, though, back in the 4th. He's got 1 runner on in scoring position and 2 outs here in the 5th. His first pitch is going to be low and outside for ball 1. Count goes 1-0.
Nobody blessed you. You said thank you. Oh. I was like, oh.
So 1 ball, no strikes, and 2 outs here for Keller as Joint gets the call.
4-1.
Swung and a miss.
4-1.
Will be strike 1.
Oh.
Count goes even 1-1.
I thought you said they got better in the soul.
Cade Hansen's over at second for the Rangers, taking the spot of Ethan Gonzalez after that 2 RBI double. As Keller makes his way back into the box. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. That'll be strike 2. Count goes 1-2.
Gotta get the money.
Joint looks pretty locked in now.
What's he at now? 480 something?
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs as Joint gets the call. Quick look at Hansen at second. Here's the pitch. That one's up high, going up the ladder, but Keller not offering. That'll be ball 2. Count goes even, 2-2. Joint gets reset. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 runner on. Christian Keller's at the plate for the Rangers. Here's the pitch. It's going to be probably a little too low on that breaking ball. That'll be ball 3. Count goes full, 3-2 as Joint needs 1 more strike here to get out of this one. 1 more out. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Joint. Keller hits a liner towards Estacio, gets right past his glove, and rounding third is going to be Hansen. Hansen will come in to score, an RBI single for Keller. As the Rangers add 1 more, they lead 5-1. Next up to the plate, it's going to be third baseman number 8, John Garza, as Coach Carter's going to come on out. And he's going to pull this one from Joint. Looks like that'll do it for Joint here this afternoon. We'll see who's going to make his way out of the bullpen here for the Warriors. It looks like Joint is going to stay in defensively. looks like Astasio's making his way over towards left field. It looks like it's going to be Will Pieko is going to make his way out to take over on the mound here for Tate Joint. We saw Will back in game 1, I believe it was, against Austin Bowie. He pitched 8 innings, over 100 pitches, and no runs allowed in his outing. And it looks like Astasio is going to move on over to left field. So I believe Evan Dunn is going to be making his way to the bench. And he might be getting warmed up to take his way on the mound at a later time if needed.
Yeah, it comes out, straight back down. Because I can't lean back at all, so it's just like.
I'm trying to see where Joint's going to go. I believe he's going to go to short, which is where we normally see him, which would mean Matt Gula would move around.
What I do is just higher up.
You gotta roll it forward, just like sit forward and just like push.
So let's see here. Holland's over at second. It looks like Joint is going to short. Gula's going to be moved to third. So just a little bit of movement here for the Warriors. And most likely we'll keep seeing Evan Dunn in the DH spot.
Coming to the plate, number 8, John Garza.
So we are set to get this 5th inning continued as here comes third baseman number 8, John Garza. Will be the first batter to face off against Will Pieko here for the Rangers as that first pitch is called. First strike 1. Count goes 0-1. 2 outs here, bottom of the 5th. Rangers able to bring across 3 runs. They got 1 runner still on base over at first, and Christian Keller. As there's that pitch is inside and almost gets Garza in the leg. That'll be ball 1. Count goes even 1-1.
He just turned and they're all yelling at him.
1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. 1 runner on. Here's the pitch from Pieko. Swung on, hit towards right field. Windland gets underneath it and brings it in. And that'll do it for out number 3. And after 5, the Warriors bring 3 more runs across. They extend their lead over the Westwood Warriors. The Rangers bring 3 runs across. They extend their lead over the Westwood Warriors 5-1. We'll take a short break, folks. We'll be right back for the 6th inning. You're listening to Warrior Baseball right here on Vype Live.
For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
All right, folks, welcome back out here to Dripping Springs, Texas. 6th inning will be underway here shortly. The Rangers have a 5-1 lead over the Westwood Warriors. Before the 6th inning begins, I want to give a big shout out to Academy Sports and Outdoors, our Vype Live spring sports sponsor here for 2021. Get free shipping on your favorite brands at academy.com or get free curbside or in-store pickup at your Academy store. Academy Sports and Outdoors, our Vype Live spring sports sponsor. Set to lead off for the Warriors is number 28 catcher Jack Brinson. As you see him making his way up to the plate now.
Number 28 catcher Jack Brinson.
Tim Arguello still on the mound here for the Rangers. As he gets wound up, here's the pitch. Inside and almost gets Brinson in the leg. That'll be ball one. Count goes 1-0. Josh Estacio will be set to bat second with Tate Joint batting third. As here's the pitch. It's going to be a little too high. That'll be ball two. Count goes 2-0. Brinson, 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Had a single in the first and a grounder back in the third. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Some heat over the middle. A little too high, though. That'll be ball three. Count goes 3-0 for Brinson. And here comes Old Faithful. Heater down the middle in the 3-0 count. We'll see if Brinson takes a whack at it. Here's the pitch as he watches it go by for strike one. Count goes 3-1.
You don't get an auto attack in somewhere you can mess up the entire combo.
So 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit a popper up towards the left side as Garza gets underneath it and brings it in for out number 1. Next up's going to be left fielder now, Josh Estacio, making his way up to the plate.
Comes to the plate, number 12, Josh Estacio.
Estacio 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Got a pop out in the first and hit a nice double to lead off in the fourth. As he gets set to face off against Arguello yet again, as that one's going to be right over home plate for strike one. Count goes 0-1.
This shot he's not trolling.
No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Estacio watches that one go by. That gets called for strike 2. Count goes 0-2. Estacio behind in the count now. No balls, 2 strikes. There's 1 away here in the 6th. Here's the pitch from Arguello. Swung on and missed. That'll be a strikeout swinging for out number 2. Shortstop, number 7, Tate Joint, making his way up to the plate now.
Coming to the plate, shortstop, number 7, Tate Joint.
Joint started out as the pitcher here for the Warriors. Got moved to short here after he got relieved in the 6th inning. He's 2 for 2 so far, single and an RBI double. First pitch to him as he tries to pull back and still gets a piece of it, though. That'll be strike 1 as that goes foul. Count goes 0-1. Matt Gula's going to be on deck here for the Warriors. If Joint can make his way on base, we'll see him. As this one's going to be right over the middle for strike 2. Count goes 0-2, and Arguello with some nice pitches now here in the top of the 6th. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. As that one's going to be a little too bit outside. Ball 1. Count goes 1-2 here for Joint. One ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Joint. It's going to be inside. Ball 2. Count goes even 2-2. As you can hear the crowd in our mic there. Even count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here for Tate Joint. No runners on. Here's the pitch. High and outside. Ball 3. Count goes full. As Joint doing a good job of working his way back now. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and no runners on. Warriors trail by 4 currently here in the top of the 6th. Here's the pitch from Arguello. As Joint pulls back in time. They're going to say no swing.
Nobody heard, got you down.
So that's going to be a walk. So 1 runner on with 2 away here, top of the 6th. As Matt Gula is going to make his way up to the plate now.
Now batting number 21, Matt Gula.
Gula having a rough go this afternoon, 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. As he watches that one, now they're called for strike 1. Count goes 0-1. Little strikeout swinging back in the 2nd and the 4th. So looking to turn his luck here as it's 2 away, 1 on here in the 6th inning. Quick throw down to first, not in time. As Joint was able to slide in. You hear our crowd. That man's got 9 lives over there. As he was able to make it back. It's no balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. As Gula gets set. Here's the pitch. As that was going to be way outside for ball one. Count goes even 1-1.
Keep chunking, keep chunking.
Gula gets lined up. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Arguello gets set. Here's the pitch. It's going to be outside. Ball 2. Count goes 2-1.
I'd be like a bias.
Arguello throwing a lot of outside pitches now. Really trying to work that outside zone and just can't quite catch it or get the call. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Gula watches that one. It'll be strike 2 as it barely tips his bat. Count goes even 2-2.
Best pitch right here, 1-9. Let's go.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1 runner on for the Warriors as Matt Gula gets set. Tim Arguello's on the mound for the Rangers. Waiting for the call. Quick check over at Joint at first. Here's the 2-2 pitch. As that's going to be low and outside. Count goes full now, 3-2. And Gula doing a good job of getting the count full here. His second time to do that this afternoon. Something you like to see out of a batter. Burn some pitches from the starting or relief pitcher as a quick throw down to first is not in time. Full count here for Matt Gula. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 1 runner on top of the 6th. As he gets set, Arguello gets set. Here's the full count pitch. Swung on, it's a bouncer straight ahead. And they're saying foul. It looks like they're going to call catcher interference on that one. So Joint took off towards second. He'll get held true. Gula's going to get a free ride over to first after the interference call, which is going to bring up first baseman number 13, Ridge Morgan, up to the plate.
Now batting 13, Ridge Morgan.
Ridge Morgan is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Hit a couple grounders towards John Garza over at third, his both times at bat. 2-out rally underway with 2 runners on. Here's the pitch. Morgan swings to the first thing he sees. It gets popped up high towards center field as Wells runs all the way almost up to the dirt, pulls that one in. That'll be out number 3. So no hits. And 2 runners left on as the Rangers maintain their 5-1 lead over the Westwood Warriors. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to Warrior Baseball right here on Vype Live.
Hey, buddy, you say you wish someone was covering your favorite high school sports teams? You just couldn't make it to the game and you need to find out now what's going on? Well, my friend, your prayers are answered. Go to Vype, VYPE.com, and hit Find Your School to see what Vype is saying about your great community. See for yourself why Vype is the leader in high school sports coverage in Texas. Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com.
Welcome back, folks. Bottom of the 6th, set to get underway here shortly. Will Pieko is going to be on the mound for the Warriors. He'll be set to go off against leadoff batter Ryan Ruff, shortstop for the Rangers. Cameron Hodges will be batting second, and then top of the order with Kason Wells set to bat third.
Let's go, Ryan. Let's head on.
So you see Ryan Ruff make his way out to the plate now.
Coming to the plate, number 2, Ryan Ruff.
Ruff gets set. Here's the first pitch from Pieko. Swung on. It's a hop up towards first. Morgan gets under it and is able to pull it in foul territory for out number 1. And that one almost didn't make it in his glove there on this right side as he went almost to the Westwood dugout. But 1 away here, bottom of the 6th. Going to bring up number 12, second baseman Cameron Hodges for the Rangers. As looks like he's taking his time. I think we're going to have a pinch hitter, though. And we are. It's going to be number 32, Cooper Burgess is going to come out here for Cameron Hodges.
Pinch hitter number 32, Cooper Burgess.
Burgess will come in here in the 6th inning. We'll see what he tells our home plate umpire. I guess he told him the same because we are set to get underway with no on and 1 out here in the 6th inning. Pieko with the pitch. It's going to be a little too high for ball 1. Count goes 1-0. Again, we saw Pieko back against Austin Bowie as here's the 1-0 pitch. It's going to be just a bit outside for ball 2. And Pieko's got that slightly sidearm pitch, which is really hard to track the first time you see him at the plate. As here's the 2nd pitch, gets swung on and chopped foul. Excuse me, 3rd pitch. That'll be strike 1 though, as the count goes 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. Pieko with the pitch, way outside for ball 3. Count goes 3-1. No runners on for the Rangers, as they currently have a 5-1 lead over your Westwood Warriors. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Swung on. It's a high fly towards center field and goes straight to the glove of Jeff Hebert for out number 2. Top of the order now. Coming out here for the Rangers is number 4, Kason Wells. Center fielder will make his way up to the plate.
Now batting number 4, center fielder Kason Wells.
Wells so far is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Strikeout swinging and hit a nice single his last time at bat.
Don't care.
No runners on and 2 away here in the 6th inning as he shows bunt that bounces into the glove of Brinson, not before it hits the dirt. That'll be a foul ball. Well, strike 1, count goes 0-1. And I like those sneaky bunts. Nobody expects it, and if you got somebody who can leg that one out, you can usually make it on base. It's no balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Wells hits a big hit towards right field as Winland's going to try to chase it down. It's going to drop right where the fence meets the field as Wells will round second. He's going for a triple, and he will slide into third just as the throw gets there with a 2-out triple for the Rangers. And talk about the afterburners were on there for Wells. As soon as he saw that drop in front of Winland, he made his way around very fast. So that's going to bring up number 19, Tim Arguello, pitcher currently for the Rangers. He's got 1 runner on. As he swings his that liner towards Ridge Morgan, that's going to stay in down the first baseline, and Wells will walk in and score as Arguello will make his way to second with an RBI double. And the Rangers add 1 more to their lead. Next up to the plate, it's going to be first baseman number 22, David De Hoyos.
Coming to at bat number 22, David De Hoyos.
We're going to have a
courtesy runner at second base, Jax LeGrand.
Courtesy runner in Jax LeGrand for Arguello. So 2 away, 1 runner on over at second, and LeGrand's at second as De Hoyos gets set. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 1. Count goes 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes here for De Hoyos. Pieko gets set. Here's the pitch. That hits the inside zone for strike 1. Count goes even, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs here for David De Hoyos. So will Pieko get set? Here's the pitch. Swung on, it's a liner back to him, and a dive by Holly slows it down. He throws to first. It's not going to be in time, as that'll be a base hit for De Hoyos. As the Rangers got runner on the corners, as the designated hitter number 9, Garrett Brooks, makes his way to the plate.
Comes to the plate, number 9, designated hitter Garrett Brooks.
Brooks has runners on the corners now with 2 away. He's got a chance to pad this Ranger lead if he can hit just a little single. As Pieko gets set, here's the pitch. Fastball down the middle. Strike one. Count goes 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Brooks gets set. Pieko gets the call. Here's the pitch. Brooks hits this one, a liner towards joint. He fields it, throw to second, and he gets it for out. Number 3, as the Hoyos will go down as the 3rd out. And that'll do it, folks, for the 6th inning. Your Westwood Warriors have one more chance to bring 5 runs at least across here in the top of the 7th. And to keep this game going, we'll take a short break. We'll be right back for the finale. You're listening to Warrior Baseball right here on Vype Live.
Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation.
Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com.
Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
13, again, another reverse. Breaking tackles, dives to the end zone. Touchdown, Rangers.
16 seconds. Really close in the corner. But pitch to Wilson. She fires the 3. Oh my God! It went in. Cavaliers pull ahead by 1.
Log on to Vype, VYPE.com.
Welcome back, folks. Tim Arguello back on the mound for the Rangers, looking to close this one out as they hold on to a 6-1 lead over your Westwood Warriors. AJ Revel here, and last chance for the Warriors to bring some runs across and keep this one alive. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter coming in for Drew Hollied. Looks like it's going to be number 20, Bryce Fisher, if my information is correct. He's making his way up to hopefully get something going here for the Warriors.
Coming to the plate, number 20, Bryce Fisher.
As Fisher gets set. Here's the pitch. It's going to be outside. Ball 1. Count goes 1-0. The Warriors had a couple innings against the Bowie Bulldogs where they brought 5 runs across. See if they can do it again as Fisher swings and it's a bouncer towards first. De Hoyos gets it, tosses over to Arguello as that'll be out number 1. Next up, another pinch hitter for the Warriors. Looks like number 22, Alec Neville, is going to make his way out.
22, Alec Neville.
Neville taking the spot of Gus Wendland here as he gets set with 1 away, top of the 7th. That first pitch going to be called for ball 1. Count goes 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes here for Neville. Swings on, it's a little bouncer back towards Arguello. He gets it, the toss to first in time. And that goes down as out number 2. We're going to have one more pinch hitter, number 16, Colton Clements.
Coming to the plate, pinch hitter number 16, Colton Clements.
Clements, last chance here for the Warriors to get something moving against the Rangers. Rangers took game 1. It's a must-win situation here for the Warriors. As here's the first pitch from Arguello. Fastball down the middle, strike 1. Count goes 0-1.
Just like post-game and they're like, instead of being sad, they're making a TikTok about being sad.
No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. A swing and a miss by Clements. That'll be strike 2. Count goes 0-2. Clements gets set. No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Here's the pitch. As that's going to hit the zone. Clements will go down looking. He will be out number 3. And the Smithson Valley Rangers are going to win this series after taking game 1.
Smithson Valley advances to play the winner of the San Antonio Reagan Cedar Ridge series. That game 2 will be here at 7:30 p.m.
So as you heard there, folks,
Congratulations, Westwood.
Smithson Valley Rangers will face the winner of the, we're going to pull it up, San Antonio Reagan Cedar Ridge. San Antonio Reagan took game 1 from Cedar Ridge 11-1. Game number 2 set for a first pitch here in about an hour. I believe you can catch that on the Cedar Ridge Broadcast Network. I believe it's Texas Sports Production, something like that. But that should be good as well. And those winners will face off against each other. So that'll do it. Unfortunately, folks, the season for the Westwood Warriors is going to end here in Dripping Springs, Texas. Final game of the year. I'd like to give a big shout out and a hats off to our seniors, Will Pieko, Tate Joint, Josh Estacio, Bryce Fisher, Alec Neville, and Jacob Geist. Last time those fellas may or may not put a uniform on, but keep your heads high, fellas, making it deep into the playoffs here in the area round. And of course, going up against a gauntlet of teams, including Lake Travis, Austin, Bowie, Round Rock, and now Smithson Valley. It was a tough road, and they did their best out of it. So that'll do it for me here, folks. Again, I appreciate everybody who is listening for the Westwood Warriors and for the Smithson Valley Rangers. Stay tuned to social media. We'll see if we can get some information on broadcasting for the next round for these for the Rangers, as well as for whoever wins the San Antonio Reagan and Cedar Ridge matchup. That'll do it for us here out of Dripping Springs, Texas, as the Smithson Valley Rangers beat the Westwood Warriors 6-1 in Game 2 and take the series to win this part of the area playoffs. Thank you again for listening, folks, and have a good one.